Hi Scorpio, welcome to your, what is this, the Harsh Truth reading for, I guess it's mid-October, even though it's a little late. Truth be told, I got a new deck and I want to take it for a spin, so I have not made it so that there are reversals yet. So just so you know, the deck I'm clarifying with will have reversals, but this one, no. I'm not sure I'm going to have it have reversals. Okay, other than that, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Whoopsie. Death. A new beginning, an ending, and a new beginning. Transformation, which is your card, Scorpio. All right, Four of Pentacles, King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, and the Nine of Wands. All right, so let me get a grip here. Hold on. So for the Four of Pentacles, we've got control, hunkering down, conserving, almost being miserly about things. So I think, it's like there's a preference that someone is doing something to take care of themselves rather than being controlling and playing mental chess with you. That's certainly understandable. In actuality, there's a review period going on. Someone's taking time out to consider their investment, whether something's worth it for the future, whether they want to continue. I think you would like to go boldly into the future with this person. And I'm assuming this is about romance, romantic love. I don't think you want that toxic attachment that you had before, and you are stubborn. Good for you, and you're not going to get fooled again. This is you standing your ground, the wounded warrior, world weary. And I think Robin Williams said at one point, you got the baseball cap on backwards and you're like, come on, you want a piece of me? That's where you're at. Okay, so tell me about this Four of Pentacles, please. What's going on there? Yeah, I think this is about you or the person that you're thinking of. You're hoping that they want a second chance or renewal, and they're hoping like that they'll make an offer of that this is just a timeout and a review period for them. Or if they are being controlling, it's with cause, it's with purpose, because they have a future with you in mind. If that's not the case, that it's not about somebody, that you are flying solo, this is about a new beginning though too, just saying. The old ways are gone, ushering in the new. This could be you conserving right now, and you're hoping for possibly a new job offer or some new form of stability to come your way. What you don't want though, and this is what makes me feel like it's with another person, is because you don't want to be played mental chess with. You don't want to be controlled. You don't want to be only given information as needed instead of what you really want to know. We're going to clarify that. This could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini as well. A lot of swords here. So this is about not being communicated with, and if you are, it's only purposeful communication. It's opinionated. It's almost like it's rife with conflict. It's cutting words, being unnecessarily cruel with the truth, disregard for other people's feelings when you're communicating, rushing in, not having any regard for somebody else. So you don't mind truthful communication, but you don't want it to be strategic in that it's used against you, or it's done in such a way that it's hurtful. Because other than this rushing in, there's no communication. So when there is communication, it's opinionated, it's critical, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, is this really necessary? Like you're kind of just toying with me. You're doing this because you can, under the guise of communicating with me, but you're being mean, you know? What is true is that this person, actually, like I said, they're in a period of review, considering investment for the future or not, or what they want for the future. So it seems like someone's kind of, I don't know, and this could very well be just truthful communication, but I think because it's in the position of what you don't want, I think this is someone being mean with the truth, okay? There's nothing wrong with that sort of objective communication when you're trying to figure stuff out and you don't know where you're at in a relationship, right? But this has got a tinge of cruelty to it. Just saying. Seven of Pentacles, please. What's that? Oh, boy. We've got death twice here. I think someone's trying to spin it. I think someone is trying to play the victim here, and that's why they're taking this time out. They're considering things for the future. How can they win? How can they have the upper hand? If they can't do that, then they're going to let it end, and they're going to be the martyr or the victim in the situation. I think that's what this waiting period is about. You're wanting it to be for the both of you a new opportunity and security, this new beginning, right? But in reality, I think it's someone trying to strategize so they can come out looking the best, because if they can't get what they want by manipulation, then they're going to play the victim card and let it end, and on that scale. Sorry, and this is a heavy. These are two heavies. So I think that I think that's what the review period is about, them taking this sort of talking and reviewing and pulling back and not communicating all. I think it's strategic. World. 2 sevens reversed. Hoo-wee. Let me look that up. 2 sevens reversed is women of no repute. All right, so good old-fashioned slut shaming. This is ending, and this is about a cycle finishing up, not knowing what's going to happen, and things beyond your control, sort of wrapping everything up in a neat little bow and being like, here's your out. So it also is about a new beginning, and not knowing what that new beginning is. A cycle has ended and there's a new beginning. It's similar to death. However, I think you have regrets and there's giving up. I think this is about having regrets and giving up. And this is in the position of what you want to happen. So, interesting. Because this right here, this is weighing odds for the future, right? At least the way I read it. When it's like this, it's like having regrets and maybe losing hope, losing faith in this case. So we've got this positive outlook on the future, and yet we've got looking at the past and where you've come this far and just giving up and wanting to be solo and taking your chance on the unknown. So we go from over here, if it's about a person, hoping that they're being stubborn and conserving and protecting themselves because they're thinking about a new beginning and a new offer of security with you, or progressing forward with you in a secure manner, and you don't want strategic communication to where it could be used against you. But in reality, it's someone, if they can't play the victim, then they don't want to participate. If they can't have things their way, there's that control there. Or this is about you being in self-protective mode and wanting a new beginning. You're going through a period of healing. You're wanting a new beginning and looking forward to a new offer and security, a new chance at security, prosperity, maybe a new job offer, maybe moving and starting anew somewhere else, some changes to bring you more security in your life and stability. So that would make sense then, if this is just a solo gig here after you've broken up, that you're looking at the past going, holy cow, I don't ever want to have to go through that again. And again, self-protective mode, just like we've got right here with the Four of Pentacles. We've got that Seven of Wands reversed, self-protective mode. I will take my chances on the unknown future, because that seems to, that would suit me better than going back to where I was. You do not want a toxic attachment again. Amen. Those are a pain in the ass, let's be honest. They might be fun and shake things up for a little bit, but they get pretty painful after a while. This could be Capricorn. And this is you. So here's Scorpio right here. 9 of Wands. This is you standing your ground and that baseball cap on backwards. You want a piece of me? That sort of thing. Yeah, you know, I think this person's going to be coming back around. And I think the reason why I think it's the same person is because we got this here, okay? If it was like this, it'd be like, okay, well, this might be a new love interest. But I think this is the love interest that hurt you, that made you feel like this. That person's coming back around again. And they're going to be looking possibly to be that knight in shining armor again. Like they tore you down, they messed with your head, and then all of a sudden, you know, can we talk? And it was like, you said horrible things to me, or you used me against myself. You were mean. And then now you want to, because this is that immature, selfish, emotionally manipulative, emotionally immature, hides their feelings, you know, just that really manipulative kind of love like that. But so we've got this love offer, but it's not based on anything solid or any kind of flourishing emotions. It is not. It is not based on that. So as for your situation, I think you would know how the person is, but it seems like it's somebody that's not very balanced, or there's just a lot of control issues there. It simplifies things when they aren't reversed, but it also can throw me off because I'm so used to running the gamut with them. But just a different way to look at it. And plus, you know, I had to take those new cards for a spin. Nurture. It should say yourself. You need to find things that nurture and resource yourself. And that could very well be with this right here. This new offer and stability, or just seeking out new avenues of security and stability for yourself. One of them is getting back to self-care and rediscovering how good it can feel to take care of yourself, to do things for yourself. You know, go on that hike, go to the gym, cook that meal for yourself that you want, make your favorite tea or coffee or whatever. You know, just simple things like that. Having the time for personal grooming, you know. Sounds hokey, but it's pretty resourcing. Distance and perspective. This is about you taking time and getting distance and perspective so that you don't get sucked back into an unhealthy situation again, and certainly so that you can't be manipulated. You want that fresh start, you're going to get it, which is awesome. So let me do another one, because this is like a new offer and stability or prosperity and security, that sort of thing. So let's just, what's that about? What's that new offer of security, that new stability for the future? What's that about? This new beginning, which is what you wanted. So awesome. It's on your mind. 2 cards. What's it about? And I got slop here. These are the first 2 that came out. We've got the burden being lightened, or choosing what you want to work on. You can set it down anytime you want. You've only chosen to still work and progress forward with what you want. And we've got changes. Not bad. This is just changes. This is upheaval and changes. So you're probably moving house just after a breakup. And I got 3 knights here. So let me look at that. 3 knights is lively debate, because we got the Knight of Swords, we got the Knight of Cups, and we got the Knight of Pentacles. And then lots of horses here. Lots of horses. Okay, so you are on your way, Scorpio. Things are going to be a little busy for you. You're moving house, you're moving jobs, you're moving, and you're also at the same time pulling back and retreating so you can nurture yourself and get some perspective on this situation so you don't return back to it. So that is your harsh truth reading for the last part of October. Hope it was helpful, and you hang in there. This is a walk in the park, right? All right, thank you for coming by. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope it was helpful. Take care.